Well, today's the day we get to move the boat. We've been here in Titusville for about 3 days now doing some work. I put one new bank of batteries in, which was the main objective this week, and I have another new set of batteries ready to go in. But we can start off one bank, so I'm not worried about that. But our project today is we're taking the boat and we're moving it to the marina next to us, which is called Westland, and they can haul us out. So the plan is to get hauled out. We're going to do some bottom painting, see if there's any other work we need to do down below, because we haven't had the boat out of the water in a couple of years now. I'm going to do some work on some little nicks and bumps and scrapes that we got along the way. However, I just got a call from our diver, and well, this is him, probably. Hello.
One look in your eyes and I find it. When you leave in my mind I rewind it. When you got it this good, you don't fight it.
Well, the phone call I just took was from our diver. Now, apparently they were supposed to clean the boat a few days ago and it didn't get done. So he just called me now to see when I'm being hauled out. I was supposed to be hauled out at around 11 o'clock. However, half the reason we're getting hauled out is to do a bottom job, paint the bottom, and if it's not clean, we can't do it. So, long story short, the marina is rescheduling us till 1 o'clock. Diver's heading right over now to start cleaning the boat, and I guess it'll give them several hours to do it. So anyway, we were supposed to be there at 11, and said it's going to be 1, and well, I guess that's boat life, right?
Hey, how about that bow thruster?
Oh yeah, did I talk about that? Yeah. So I put the new batteries in, the new AGMs. Yeah, I haven't hooked up the new charger yet, but I got the batteries in, and lo and behold, the bow thruster works again. So yeah, we're happy about that. I had a feeling that it might have just been the batteries. Originally, I thought it might have been all clogged up from all the growth in there, that maybe we burned out a motor, but apparently apparently these things need a lot of power to get going, and even just weak batteries are not enough to move it. So now that we got good fresh batteries in, we got bow thruster again.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay, new batteries are in. I'm going to start these engines up, I hope. Good. This one's searching a tiny bit, but it hasn't been running a long time. Should smooth out. We'll see. Go check for smoke and I don't know. Anything else I can do wrong?
Okay. Thanks. I'm a little bit rusty. Haven't been on the water in 6 months. So.
Understand.
Yeah. So what are you guys walking through here, or do I?
Yeah, we'll walk it. We'll walk it into the slings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so my job is done.
Yes, ma'am.
So then I went next door to the mechanic shop, right adjacent to the marina office, and I hired them to come out and do the dripless seals.
Woohoo!
Because our dripless seals are lying to us.
They're tripping.
They're about, 6-7 years old?
It's almost time.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to last for 10, but oh well.
Okay.
Whatever, as long as it gets done. I'm backfeeding electricity through one of the outlets into the system because we don't have an adapter to take 110 off the wall out there and turn it into any of our plugs. I've got 30 amperes, I've got 50 amps, I got splitters, I have nothing that'll get me to 110. So I took an extension cord, cut off the end and reversed it so that it now has two male ends instead of a male and a female. I spliced it to another extension cord, and then I plugged that into a long one that goes to the wall out there. So now I got two male ends. I plug it into an outlet. It backfeeds the electricity into the system. Instead of taking it from out there, I'm pushing it.
So our refrigeration's on?
Yes, it is.
Yay!
The only bitch is I can only do this on the 110 system, and I can't get our inverter to run. Don't turn on anything that is unnecessary because we're only drawing off what I believe is a 15 amp outlet. I don't think it's a 20 amp outlet. I didn't notice. I think it's only 15, which means if we draw more than 15, we're going to blow a breaker in the building.
Okay.
And our refrigerators, let's turn the ice maker off.
Yeah, might as well.
Let's have the two refrigerators on, and then things as we need them. Okay.
Here's some. Oh man, this is a job and a half. Oh, well, that came off. That's okay.
There's only one left.
There's only, we used to have them all over the place.
I'm going to run an extension cord to our bedroom for the portable air conditioner that we have. And then I will turn the lithium on for the refrigeration. And that's only going to last a couple of days, so we're going to have to find a solution, an adapter to get that 110 line to run some of our refrigeration.
And the portable air conditioner. Thank you, Troy and Daria.
Yeah, it's coming in handy again.
We got a workout. Wait till you see this boat yoga. It's gonna be fun, guys. It's gonna be fun, Ed. So I just hooked up the water line and it goes all the way over there. So normally I get, our boat is 65 feet total, and normally I get 100 foot. So my warning to you, or my advice to you, is get longer than you need, because we just made it. I got a 75 foot water line.
Look at this boat. Because it's a Hatteras.
Oh, I forgot your snap. Hang on.
Oh yeah. All these little gray spots, these are all blisters that are going to show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like if you run your hand here, you feel that rail?
Yeah.
Those are all blisters that are going to,
Yeah.
as the boat dries.
And that's what Hatteras is known for.
Yeah.
But fortunately, it's an inch thicker.
That's not the end of the world. Like you can sand all that down, reprime it. In fact, John and Jackie's, they got the same problem. And we took it.
So there's a lot of bad. I knew it was going to be bad, considering the cleaner we had, but wow, I didn't expect this. This is something special.
Right now, you have to throw the extension cord up to me into the bedroom window so I can plug in the air conditioner. And then tomorrow, we'll figure out how to get the rest of the boat running. I'll turn the lithium on.
Okay, sounds good.
We have a portable air conditioner here that we have hooked up. Okay, it's starting to get cool. That runs off 110, and we have it channeled out the window. Forgot what I did with the hose that goes out the window, so we have it kind of blocked by these pillows. We're sending it out the side and letting the cool air come in. Hey, it'll do our stateroom. That's what we really care about. The rest of it, we can deal with it.
Yep, we'll just open the doors and windows. It's not that hot enough in Florida. It's not August.
Yeah, it's not terrible here. It's
Yeah.
it's 80s during the day. It's probably going to drop to 69 at night.
It'll be quite comfortable. We'll be fine.
Okay, I'm done for the day. Let's wash up and go to the dock party.
Okay, I got the water on.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Let me take a wash.
See you later. Wait, do we get to see a strip show?
That's for our Pornhub channel.
We do not have a Pornhub channel. Roger out. Like wiped out from this. A lot of barnacles.
How did they miss that, you know?
What?
I just want to try and grab black. Black. The rocket just went off.
Oh.
It's going through the cloud over there, but it should pop up right above that dark cloud in a second. There it goes.
Yeah.
Yep, and to another dark cloud.
Oh.
That kind of sucks because there's all these people lined up along the highway, just waiting to see that. And
Well, they can see the launch pad from where they're
well,
at.
see, there it goes up there again.
I don't know if you guys can see it.
We're going to hear it in probably about
a few
10.
seconds.
Yeah, well, probably more like 10. I don't know. We'll see. We'll hear it.
There it
okay,
goes.
You were
Here.
right. 2 seconds. Then we hear it.
See, because I'm a rocket scientist.
So we're on the hard. This is the 4th day we've been on the hard. Wow, it's getting louder. So this is the 4th day we've been on the hard, and I thought we'd be a lot further along than we are. The bottom was a lot worse than we anticipated it. Wow, what kind of rocket was that? That's really rumbling. Okay, the bottom was a lot worse than we anticipated. We've had the boat pulled maybe every other year, roughly, for the last 8 years, and every time we pull it, it looks great. No problems. It's just a little bit of power washing, a little bit of touch-up paint on the ablative, and off we go. This time, Lynn and I spent 3 days basically scraping barnacles off the bottom of our boat, and all kinds of crevices and things. We just never saw that before. And I know we're in Titusville, and I know we've got stagnant water, and I know we had a bad dive company last year. It's kind of making me maybe even rethink being here in this part of Florida. I did comparisons of Philly to Florida, and we came out on we came out on Florida. However, now I'm like, well, if I'm paying $2,000 a year for a diver or more, and then I got to deal with this. So anyway, I'm kind of thinking that, okay, maybe we can find some place with fresh water where it may be still in Florida, maybe the St. Johns River, or maybe in the Georgia or South Carolina, something that keeps us close to where we want to be, but without dealing with all this crap we have to deal with the salt water in this Titusville area. And right now, Lynn and I have scraped the hell out of the bottom. It's looking good.
Oh my God!
We're gonna put a coat of another coat of ablative paint on it, and we'll be fine. We'll probably be fine for normally we'd be fine for a couple of years. Here, I don't know. And what I'd really like to do is I would really like to strip all the old paint off, get down to the barrier coat, patch up any blisters and things like that, and just make it 100% right.
That is on our game plan.
Yeah, but the problem is we can't do it this year. If I don't have enough time. We want to get to the Bahamas. You only have a certain window because of the hurricane season. And for me to do everything I'd really love to do on the bottom of this boat, I'd be here a month, and that'd just blow up our season. The last time we were pulled wasn't that long ago. It was when we had the bad rubber boot that cost us $8,000, whatever the hell that was.
Maybe.
That was maybe 2 years ago. Maybe it was 3 years ago. Anyway, we have a blade of paint on the bottom here, not by choice. When we bought the boat, it had hard paint on the bottom, and I asked them to put hard paint, which we were getting a bottom job. I said, put another coat of hard paint. They did. They put a blade of paint. I didn't realize that at first. I didn't realize that for a year until I noticed it wearing off.
Yeah.
And I've been talking to a lot of the boat owners here in Titusville, and they're like, "No, you don't do a blade of here. Blade of's for
Not
up
in
north.
Florida. Yeah.
Up in north, you do it because a lot of people up north pull the boat and put it on the hard for the winter, and you're not supposed to do that with hard paint, but you can do it with a blade of paint." Well, anyway, that's what I've been told. And anyway, I didn't want a blade of to begin with, but now we're stuck with a blade of until I do what I said earlier, which is
soda blast,
sand the whole thing down to the barrier coat. Now I can do what I want, and what I want is going to be hard paint again. So that's the plan. Not this season. Maybe in the fall. Maybe next season.
I think next season we'll ride out the ablative till its end, and then next season we'll get pulled in the fall, and
Well, yeah, probably. We'll play it by ear. But anyway, it's a little bit frustrating. I mean, we just spent 3 days, whatever, scraping the bottom of this boat. And, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I want it to be exactly right. And I'm not going to get exactly right.
it's not going to be.
I'm going to get mostly right. It'll be okay. There's not going to be a problem. When we're underway, we don't get barnacles. When we're in the Bahamas, we really don't get anything because we're always moving. We're island hopping. It's when we sit someplace. That's in Titusville. Anyway, enough whining.
It's always whining.
We are enjoying our evening here regardless.
I am.
And it's a beautiful day, and it's perfect weather here in Florida.
It is perfect. We're very lucky. Of course, the day we get put back in the water, I'm pretty sure it's going to be windy.
Yeah.
Now I'm whining.
Probably. Our plan, hopefully, is to wrap this up. And we have a couple things we're doing, too. We have the dripless seals that we have on our boat. We put them on 7 years ago. Well, they're lying. They're not dripless anymore. They're now lying to us. So they
Only
are.
the one that had all the growth on it.
We're having some guys come out and reset them for us and clean them. I was actually going to pay these guys to replace them, and they said they took a look at them. And I didn't want to replace them. I'm not going to do that. I'm not pulling a shaft. But these guys came out and they're like, you know what? They look really in really good condition. Maybe, why don't we just clean them all up and we'll reset them and maybe that'll be good. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm having them do that. We're also getting the boat re-surveyed tomorrow.
Yeah, insurance.
Yeah, we're only doing that so that we can shop for insurance instead of, being beholden to who we've been with for years, which is Geico. And we like to shop it around. And we're actually with Markel, I think they're called right now. We just went temporarily with a liability-only policy for the last 3 months. The idea being we're going to get resurveyed in and reshop the insurance. So tomorrow's going to be a busy day. We're going to start the bottom painting, and we are going to meet with the surveyor, and we're going to meet with the guys who are going to fix our triple seals. So, okay, well, that's all we have to say about that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow.
Roger out.
I'm using an angle grinder with a wire brush end on it, and I've been using one of these suckers on the flat areas. I forget what you call this, but anyway, it's a 60 grit, and I've been using this on flat areas like the rudders. And just taking some elbow grease, but it's coming off. It's going to be good when I'm done. Be good as new.
Good.
Hopefully. Or close. It'll be close. Lynn will never paint another bottom.
Ever again.
We got the shaft and props pretty cleaned up. I wish I had some more time. I would have cleaned them up even better, but they came out okay. Everything else we do have cleaned up, and I did some repairs. We had some damage on the swim platform. I took care of that. And the rub rail, well, there was a big chunk out of it, a big chunk and a little chunk from hitting pilings, and we're missing the metal. And that's the only project that I really wanted to get done that I did not get done this week. And that's just because I can't get it locally. I need to drive about an hour and a half to pick up a piece, and then an hour and a half back, and I just didn't want to give up the 3 hours. So we can still do that from a floating dock though. It'll be a little bit tricky, but it's not too bad of a job. It has been a long week. We got a lot done.
We did.
Yeah, not everything we wanted to. Mostly because we spent, 3 days just shipping barnacles and crustaceans and oysters off our boat, and they should never have been there. So
Oysters
that
the
took
size of my palm.
yeah, that took a lot of our time.
Yeah.
But we did get some things done. I fixed the spray rail. I did not get a chance to pick up the metal for the spray rail, so that's a shame. But we did get the spray rail fixed. I did some touch-up painting where it needed to be done. We bottom painted. Lynn did most of the bottom painting. As you can see, this is a working yard here. It's a DIY yard, and people use it. There's someone's working on just about every boat here, it appears. There's always people around. It is super friendly. Not just the staff is great, but just also the community, the people around here. Everyone's always willing to lend you a tool or help you do something, and we've made a few friends while we've been here.
Yeah. And a couple we knew.
Yep. And then also there is a boat repair shop here, Boater's Edge. They're on premise as well, so if you do want somebody to help you do something that you can't do, you can call them. And in fact, we did. I had them work on our Dripless seal, and we'd broken off a screw in our impeller cap, the cover. So they did that for me. I just didn't want to take a chance on doing either of those things wrong and then get put back in the water and then having to be pulled right back out again. So, but anyway, yeah, we highly recommend this place. It's really nice. I don't know how many boats are here, a lot. And there's also a wet area where there must be about 20 slips, it looks like. But anyway, our boat's all looking good. Here, I'll show you behind my shoulder. There she is. And let's see, I'll turn it this way. Here we go. And she's looking real good. We got her washed. Bottom's done. I did not get a chance to do a little bit of touch-up painting I wanted to do on the boot, but I'll get to that. I can get to that some other place. Oh, the marina also has a big shed where there's 2 boats in there currently being painted. One of them's a friend of ours. And when we get back from this trip, we're hoping it's not quite complete yet because I'd like to get in there and check it out while they're still working on it, but we'll see what happens. And now I hear the lift coming. What they have here is a 50-ton lift. Our boat empty is 37 tons, I believe it is, and we don't have much fuel in it now or hardly any water at all either. We wanted to keep it light. But I still think it's probably in the low 40s as far as tonnage. So you're not going to get much bigger than this. Maybe they can pull out a 63 Hatteras, but they definitely can pull out a 58, as you can see.
Yeah, she's still running.
Yeah,
How was that?
that's okay. A little out of practice, so I took it real slow. Came in pretty good.
I think so. You did a great job. As usual, Captain. All right, let's get those martinis made.